John, the apostle, is on the island called Patmos. The island called Patmos is sort of an Alcatraz of the Roman Empire. And John is exiled there because of the Word of God and because of the testimony of Jesus Christ. He's a prisoner there. Jesus Christ had returned to his Father decades prior. And I can imagine him thinking about this day in and day out. What is going on? He said, he's coming. Is he still coming? Before he left, he said, I'm going to my Father. In my Father's house there are many mansions. I'm going to prepare a place for you. Is he still coming back? What is going on? I'm exiled here. My churches, my brethren are over there. This huge water separates us. Is Jesus still coming? And as he's thinking about these kind of things, one day, probably on a Sabbath day, Jesus shows up to him in sort of a spiritual encounter. Jesus shows up among lampstands. 7 lampstands. Jesus walks among them, and the lampstands are symbols of the churches. When Jesus speaks to John, he says, don't be afraid. He puts his right hand on his shoulder and he says, don't be afraid. The light is not gonna die out. Whoever said he's coming is still coming.